Halo semuanya, kembali lagi bersama gue si Robins, dan kali ini gue akan bermain game Genshin Impact. Jadi, gue udah selesai misinya si Ember untuk dapetin SIM. Jadi, gue bakalan nyelesain misinya Lisa sekarang, oke? Jadi kita langsung masuk ke dalam gamenya.
If you're borrowing a book, please register it in the log. The restricted section is currently not lending any books. Oh, it's you, little cutie.
Little cutie. Itu imut, misi manis, sweetie. Gimana sih?
So good to see you.
Ih,
More refreshing
tapi
than
nggak
a
apa-apa lah.
strong cup of tea in
Mungkin
the
sama ya, gue
afternoon.
juga nggak tahu masalahnya. Senang sekali bertemu denganmu.
Clearly you're meant to be working, but you don't seem to have your heart in it at all.
I mean, other than Jean, who really works that earnestly anyway?
Orang lain pun juga bekerja keras. Kasihan Jin selalu kerja begitu lelah.
So, did you have something you needed? Or did you just come to see me?
Tidak ada apa-apa. Coba gagu dikit.
Nothing specific? You must just be here to see me then. Okay, I won't tease you any further.
So, Miss Librarian, got any books to recommend?
Recommended books. Sadly, everything I'd personally recommend is all in the restricted section, which we're not currently lending out.
Rekomendasi tapi terlarang, gimana sih? Sementara tidak bisa dipinjam.
What's with your ominous tone?
Tiba-tiba suaranya jadi berbahaya ya.
Right. Would you be interested in checking out the Devat travel guide?
Panduan
I
wisata.
think it would be quite helpful for you as travelers here.
Oh,
Ooh, sounds
bener-bener.
like it could be helpful. Do you think we could take a peek?
I suppose I can try to find you a copy from the list.
Oh,
Isn't this Lisa's job? What does she mean, I suppose?
I suppose.
Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Our copy is currently being borrowed. That said, it is now overdue.
Anda,
To think of it, quite a few of our books are now overdue. I really wish people would just return their books on time.
on time. On time bukan menyebalkan ya, artinya gue tahu on time itu bukan menyebalkan.
Whoa, is Paimon imagining things, or does the air in here suddenly feel a lot more electrified?
Electrify. Bulu untuk berdiri semua.
Such a pain. I'm going out to bring those unreturned books back. If you'd rather get your hands on that copy of the Tevat travel guide sooner, you'd better come with me.
Lisa seems really scary right now. Paimon thinks it would be best if you answer her.
Ya, baik.
You really are such a considerate cutie. Let's see. First, we can go to the souvenir shop. It's called With Wind Comes Glory. So
Wind?
let's meet there shortly.
Oke. Pekerjaan yang merepotkan dimulai. Oke. Jadi langsung kemana itu? Keluar ya? Oke, langsung.
Cutie, you're here. Let's begin, shall we?
Oke. Marjorie. Tentang buku yang kamu
Hello,
pinjam.
Marjorie. Any exciting new items in stock? Why so surprised? Today is such a special day. It's only natural that I'd want a souvenir to remember it by.
Kayaknya apa yang pantas dikenang? Bagaimana dengan buku-buku yang belum dikembalikan? Jadi ini kenang-kenangan untuk.
So it is. In that case, I declare this the day of my life I wish I could get back because I spent my first ever outing with someone taking them on an annoying errand.
Annoying errand.
Don't you think that's a bit long?
Well, if it's a souvenir you're after, you're in the right place. I'm sure you'll find something that strikes your fancy, Lisa. Or you could let your new friend pick something out for you.
Yes, let
Aduh.
us pick.
Tadi kelewat ya? Baik, kalau begitu. Lihat dan pilihlah salah satu. Pilih hadiah untuk Lisa. Celana buluman, lembaran kertas lusuh, tanda tanya, nanti saja. Tanda tanya itu apa? Nggak ada. Nggak ada juga. Lembaran kertas lusuh, celana bulumer. Celana bulumer aja
This
kali.
pair? Soft, puffy, and very comfortable. Certain to make a little girl, well, in this case a woman, look quite adorable.
Quite
After
adorable.
all, they're the same kind worn by toy dolls. They're practically a badge of cuteness.
Bloomers? I'm sure to attract some strange looks if I dress up like a small child in public. Do you have some strange hobby you're not telling me about?
Mau gimana gue masa mau ngasih kertas
You
lusuh?
sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Tidak. Berarti kertas lusuh coba boneka voodoo.
This is the toy doll I was talking about earlier. Doesn't
Okay.
It does look a little bit terrifying, doesn't it? I wonder if you could find some other use for it.
Voodoo doll? Have you lost your mind? What could I have possibly done to deserve this?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Tidak. Terakhir, celana bloomer. Bagaimana pendapatmu, Jori?
Me? You're asking me? I feel like Lisa is the well-educated type.
Oke.
That's right. I heard she enjoys items of historical interest.
Berarti, nah, pedang berkarat.
This is a new arrival. It took 3 adventurers to carry this big boy back from the ruins where they found it.
Oke.
It comes with a lot of history, as well as a lot of weight.
You do have strange tastes. If this is your way of saying you want to be my knight in shining armor, I'd rather you just say the words instead.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Coba tidak lagi ya. Ada lagi nggak? Pedang berkarat. Oke, itu paling terakhir ya.
This isn't...
You sure?
Berarti ini aja.
I suppose it's not completely useless. I'll let Razor borrow it when it's time for his enhancement training.
Razor borrow it.
Goodness, is that the time? Marjorie, one last thing. About the legend of Vanessa.
Oh, so you're a fan of the gallant Lady Vanessa, too? Why didn't you say so? I have all sorts of items I could recommend. For example, this lion's tooth pendant with Vanessa's name carved into it. It was once a medal awarded to a knight by the great lady herself.
Buku yang kamu pinjam dari
Oh
perpustakaan.
my goodness. I do apologize. I got so excited when you mentioned Vanessa. I didn't know that book was overdue, even though I take it with me everywhere. I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together as soon as I saw you here.
Here you go, katanya tadi ya.
Well, since you look up to Lady Vanessa so very much, please be more punctual next time.
Yes, Lisa. I will be, Lisa.
Let's go and find the next overdue book.
Oke. Ini kayaknya sih banyakan cerita sih. Nggak ada bertarung ya. Tapi di sini dapat XP nggak sih? Sarah.
Welcome to Good Hunter. Table for 2?
Table for 2.
Oh.
Mantap.
My apologies. Please sit wherever you like, and call me over once you're ready to order. So we're gonna eat first and bring up the book situation later?
Why, of course. The stress of work really takes the pleasure out of eating, don't you think?
Ya, I think so.
Huh?
Tetap bekerja itu gitu menyenangkan. Berarti mengikuti Lisa.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are.
Oke. Steak. Norton smoked Norton smoked chicken. Steak coba. Norton
This
smoked.
seems like...
You sure?
Agak ini ya. Berarti
Good
steak.
hunt.
You sure?
No.
This seems like...
You sure?
Oh, nggak bisa.
Good hunt.
You sure?
Coba lagi, tunggu sebentar. Sarah, gue tante apa yang bisa kubantu tentang selera
What does
Lisa.
Lisa like to
Oh,
eat?
kamu ingin tahu
She's
selera
been
Lisa?
a few times with Master Jean for afternoon tea before. I think she normally
Sayur-sayuran.
orders something vegetarian. And the
Vegetarian.
lady tends to eat cautiously on account of
Oh.
her physique, after all. On that note, I should probably be watching my own diet a little more.
Oh, lagi diet. Berarti langsung tanya sama Lisa.
Why don't you order us something?
Radish veggie
I
soup.
imagine that making a good vegetable soup takes good quality ingredients, cooked in the right order, at the right heat, for the right length of time. At
Interesting.
least, those are the principles that apply when one is making potions. But from what I've heard, soup making was a popular pastime among the witches of the past.
Oke,
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
coba tidak dulu ya. Satisfying salad.
Eating salad is like piling on more and more elemental power. Raw,
Terus
unfettered
tanami.
energy applied indiscriminately.
Mengesampingkan cara-cara atau
without
kontrol yang
elements or
terlalu detail.
control. It's the first mistake
Ini ada
all
kesalahan
magic
untuk
users make when
melakukan.
they're learning. But then again, if one genuinely had so much pure elemental power that they could solve any problem they wanted,
You sure?
Katanya nggak apa-apa sih, tapi katanya lebih baik ini ya. Radish
I
veggie soup.
imagine that at least.
You sure?
Baik.
Finished ordering? Sit here. Let's dine together.
Oke. Sarah. Ceritakan padaku tentang isi naga. Aku punya beberapa pertanyaan. Maaf mengganggu. Tadi suruh ngapain? Duduk bersama Lisa. Gimana cara duduk? Oh, duduk. Duduk.
A fine choice. I'm pleasantly surprised. A
Nah,
truly enchanting dish. Certainly a good fit for a witch. I am simply brimming with elemental energy after that.
I'm so full.
Time is getting on. I suppose I should carry on with this ghastly thing called work. Let's have a little chat with Sarah about her library book.
oke.
Would you like to order something else?
No, thank you. We're quite satisfied. But I'm afraid I must ask you about the Boar Princess.
The Boar
Or
Princess.
brisket? I'm sorry. I think we took that off the menu.
Detector of the menu.
She means the book you borrowed.
Kesel ya si Lisa ya.
Oh, of course. I came straight to the restaurant after I borrowed it and completely forgotten that I even had it. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I will bring it to the library myself as soon as I finish work.
Okay then. But make sure you don't forget this time. Right. On to our next stop then, cutie.
Oke. Ke mana itu? Oh, di situ.
Haven't you heard?
Donna.
This is our final call for the day.
Nah, terakhir.
Welcome. Couples are our specialty. Let me know what you
Bukan
want
mana yang
and I'll
kalian
wrap them up
suka.
nicely for you.
Ah, yes. Now, which book was it that has the line, "A date without flowers is a date without romance"?
The Without Flowers. Biarkan aku membeli bunga untukmu, Lisa. Buku yang mana? Aku belum pernah mendengar kata-kata itu. Oke, atas.
Why, it just so happens that I would, my kindest cutie.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like?
Oke. Dandelion.
The
Coba Dandelion.
Dandelions are one of our classics. And a personal favorite of Miss Flora, the shop owner.
Oke.
I know what you're thinking. Most flower shops don't sell dandelions. They're a nuisance to care for. Perhaps, come to think of it, Miss Flora herself gives people the same impression.
Oke.
You sure?
Coba tidak dulu.
Some flowers for Miss
Miss Flower.
You want them? It's
You sure?
Tadi katanya apa ya?
flower.
Miss Flower Corolla.
Mist flowers. Over there in the
Ada di pojok
corner.
kanan. Hati-hati jangan
But don't
buka.
touch them with your bare hands. You want them? It's
Jangan berarti. Berbahaya katanya buat elektro. Bagaimana menurut Donna?
want my help? I don't know if
Aku
I
tidak
have the
percaya
best
saudara aku
taste in
sendiri. Kalau Flora.
flowers. I couldn't help but notice the flower on Miss Lisa's hat, though.
Rose.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa.
Rose. Mana Rose? Aku akan kembali lagi. Tanya ke siapa berarti? Mana tadi si katanya ke Flora. Oh, Flora ini Flora. Perlu dibantu. Lisa suka bunga apa?
You want to know what flowers to get for Miss Lisa? We're not particularly close, but she strikes me as a classy lady. Yep, it can only be the Cecilia.
Oh, Cecilia. Oke. Thank you very much.
Some flowers for Miss...
Cecilia. Tuh kan Rose sama Cecilia. Cecilia berarti.
Cecilia. Did Miss Flora recommend it to you?
Yes.
Flower is a lot of effort to care for. I hope that I've been doing it right. Otherwise they won't last long.
Oh.
But part of the Cecilia's charm is how precious and fragile each one is.
You sure?
Baiklah.
La, such fine taste. This rare
Tentu.
flower is only found in Mondstadt's very highest mountains.
Hmm.
If only you had picked them for me with your own hands, they would have had twice the sentimental value.
Gua petik sama gua kalau
Okay,
bisa.
time to get back to business. Donna, do you know why
Easy.
we're here?
Oke.
To business? My business is selling flowers.
Right.
Once again, we see a total lack of respect for literature.
Mantap.
The
Diomelin
Pale
lah.
Princess and the Six Pygmies. Ring a bell?
Ring a bell.
Yes. Well, what?
Yes.
Oh no. What am I gonna do?
Dan kelihatannya sangat panik. Apa yang terjadi sebenarnya? Oke.
I lost the book.
Mantap. Mantap marah.
Back. I realized it was almost due, and I was getting ready to bring it back to the library. But I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for days, but nothing.
Oke.
It's like somebody stole it. It should have been there, on my bedside table, right where I left it.
Jelas aku menyimpannya di sebelah ranjang.
Lisa does some crazy things when she gets mad.
I
Hey,
heard that.
I heard that.
Well, if it really was stolen, Donna's done nothing wrong. The blame lies with the book thief. And their
Okay.
punishment will be 10 times worse than stealing my book.
Mantap.
Simon said, totally crazy.
Totally crazy.
Oh, don't worry about that. As long as I remain librarian, not a single book will go missing for good. I put a unique elemental marker on each book. Our thief will have left a nice set of clues for us to follow.
Mantap. Bukunya dari ribuan dia
When did Lisa
kasih.
start taking her job so seriously? Paimon always thought she was a total slacker.
Total
Hey,
slacker.
sweetie, I've heard your elemental sensitivity is very strong. Why not see what you can do?
Okay.
Elemental sensity? Huh? Oh, Paimon's got it! Use your elemental sight to look for clues.
Udah tahu. Gua udah tahu dari elemental sight. Nggak bisa di ini ya, cari target raya ini. Oh, di sini. Periksa.
Looking at the elemental traces, it does seem likely that the book was stolen.
Oke.
So Donna didn't do anything wrong after all.
It's not
Yes.
from the restricted section, so it's hardly a book worth stealing. Whoever wanted this book so badly had a strange fixation indeed.
So, what do we do now?
The elemental traces are very faint, but I can tell that the thief took it beyond the city walls.
Buku tersebut keluar
You
kota.
must see it
Oke.
too, right, cutie?
Kau pasti melihatnya juga kan,
Let's
saya
follow the
explore.
trail and have a look where our thief was headed, shall we?
Oke. Berapa meter? Oke. Agak jauh sih. Bisa nggak? Lumayan dapat satu. Dapat satu lumayan. Oh, di sini. Oke.
The elemental traces are strong here, but it seems our thief did not stay for long. The trail keeps going.
200 meter.
It's further than I thought. Quite the intrepid explorer, our little thief.
Oke.
Maybe we frighten the
200
troll
meter.
inside his shell.
Masih ngomong? Nggak? Ya udah. Ke sini. Oke. Ini yang terakhir ya. Oke.
It must be nearby. Using elemental sight, you can even detect magic.
Oke,
Follow the flow of magic to find the book.
bisa berarti. Ke elemental psych lagi, di mana? Oh, di sekitar sini. Itu apa? Oh, ngikutin. Oh, ini nih, ada nih. Nah. Berarti harus pakai api, overload. Listrik.
The thief lives
Oh.
inside ruins? Mondstadt people do have some strange quirks.
Please do not jump to such a preposterous conclusion about the living habits of Mondstadt's residents. This seems far more likely to be the work of some none too friendly troublemakers.
Hey girl, Abyss Order, Adventurers Guild, Abyss Order.
Sounds like you can read my mind.
Mantap, bener kan?
This is more likely to be the Abyss Order's doing. They do seem to have a way of slipping in and out of places like ghosts, after all. Also, there's an elemental seal at the entrance. It looks like the result of an Abyss mage's magic.
Abyss Mage lagi.
Seal? How are we gonna break it? Is this gonna turn into another huge ordeal?
Not to worry. If you think a little magic can keep me out, think again.
Think again.
Why is that?
Kayaknya sih masuk ke Dongyeon ya. Main di Dongyeon. Oke.
Come on.
Whoa!
Wow,
So this is what Lisa's like when she's hard at work.
mantap. Emang begitulah.
It's so much bigger in here than Paimon thought. Do we really have to go all the way inside?
Of
If you
course.
borrow a book, you have to return it. There will be no exceptions.
Pintu kehidupan terakhir. Serang jarang jangkar sensor elektro. Gimana caranya? Kayak gini kali.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Oke, ternyata ada di sini ya. Keren mah di mana? Berarti emang harus bawa Lisa ke sini. Nggak harus juga sih, kan banyak ini karakter-karakter dari gacha. Tapi gua nggak bakal mau gacha dulu. Gua mau selesaiin storynya dulu. Oh, ini harus pakai elektrik juga. Mati. Mana? Ke atas gimana? Oh. Oke, musuhnya air lagi.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Bikin orang emosi loh, ah. Kesel juga gua, gagal sekali, gagal lama. Terus, udah, ini. Terus gimana? Aktivasi. Oh, tantangan terakhir.
Hey, look! It's an abyss mage! Lisa was spot on!
Vaporize. Vaporize lagi. Langsung ulti aja. Tambah dia nih. Jadi napi. Up. Terus jadi. Makan tuh, ah. Enak banget kan, ah?
How did you find this place? It's so well hidden!
I have no interest in finding out where you little rascals hide yourselves away, but I do want my book back.
Oke.
Tell me, how is it that you have the time to conceal your stronghold and apply a magic seal, but not to sign out a library book in the proper manner? You have no respect whatsoever for other people's work.
Cecunguk.
You just want the book? I was unaware that anyone in Mondstadt was concerned with unearthing the secret hidden inside this book. Who are you?
The librarian, although I believe that should be quite clear already.
The librarian.
Return the book. This is an ultimatum.
Since you insist on concealing your identity, I have all the less reason to give you that book.
Aku punya alasan.
After all, it contains the secret.
Mampus loh.
What are you doing? Such concentrated elemental power! Please don't!
Setelah kesabaran Lisa habis, saya sebagai kehilangan sadar. Kuat sekali, mengerikan.
Naughty boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line.
Lisa juga tidak bisa mendengarnya berbicara sampai selesai. Ini sepertinya bukan hukuman yang sedikit.
This is why I call it troublesome work. We'll just need to find the book ourselves. It should be around here somewhere.
Oke, berarti lanjut ya. Ada chest, ini bukunya.
It's the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. Paimon remembers that name. Is this the one you were looking for?
That's the one. It's a good thing it isn't damaged. Otherwise...
Otherwise what?
Otherwise,
Telling me you have even more crazy punishments up your sleeve?
I would have probably have needed to dish out a little taste of one of my potions in that case.
biarkan merasakan hasil potion.
Then again, as I said, it isn't from the restricted section, which is the only reason I would let the average citizen borrow it in the first place.
Ini buku ini memang bukan buku di area terlarang, oke.
And it doesn't appear to have any abnormal elemental properties, save for the markings I put on it.
Yeah, it seems like just an average storybook.
Kenapa habis order? Misterius sekali, aku penasaran.
As far as my duties as a librarian go, my troublesome work is finished.
Oke.
Since this book has piqued your interest, why don't I let you borrow it?
Kapan batas terakhir minumannya? Aku tidak ingin menerima hukuman.
There's no time limit for you. I'll
Widih.
register you as custodian rather than borrower.
Aku akan mendaftarkan kamu sebagai penjaga, bukan peminjam.
This is an exclusive privilege reserved for trusted citizens only.
Widih, warga terpercaya.
Exclusive privilege? Why does Paimon feel this is just your sneaky way of offloading your troublesome work onto someone else?
Ketahuan.
Excuse me, are you in some way dissatisfied with my work?
Aku akan meminjam buku ini dengan baik. Tidak.
Good. You're amenable to reason then. I do wish I could keep you by my side as my personal assistant. My
Mantap.
work here is done. I'm going back. Don't forget to register at the library when you have a spare moment.
Oke. Gila. Tantangan selesai. Nggak ada apa-apa lagi. Oke. Keluar dalam itu misalnya 1000 detik itu habis gimana ya? Agak penasaran juga gua. Aduh, itu getok-getok palu itu kedengaran nggak ya? Sorry ya, bisa kedengaran. Ada pembangunan di situ. Berbicara dengan Lisa, berarti langsung. Oke, udah nyampe.
The paperwork is done. You are now the custodian of this book.
Penjaga buku ini.
Miss Lisa? But Paimon thinks we're forgetting something.
Buku panduan wisata Taifan.
Over there on the shelf. Isn't that the Tavat travel guide? And look how many copies there are.
The Tavat Travel Guide is a serial publication. It is not part of the library's formal collection.
Oh,
Oh,
Take one. Consider it your compensation for being Lisa's little helper today.
Lisa
With you by my
Little Helper.
side, my troublesome work was a little less dull than usual.
The Tavat travel guy was just bait to get us to do a day's work.
I hadn't anticipated that a few routine returns inquiries would take us out of the city, let alone down into some underground ruins. As compensation for dragging you into all this bother, take these souvenirs.
Dikasih souvenir.
Lisa went and bought us some special souvenirs.
In fact, they were intended for our next outing. But never mind. We can discuss next time's activity when the time comes. I hope you are looking forward to it.
Oke. Selesai faktor guide. Kerjaan yang merepotkan selesai. Bersambung. Oh, bersambung. Capture. Oke. Ada misi apa lagi? Mengenangkan keadilan sastra. Abis match. Oke, jadi segitu doang sih kayaknya sih kekhawatiran ini bukan quest dunia itu. Jadi oke, segitu dulu dari gua. Ini episode yang pendek ya, gara-gara misinya Lisa tiba-tiba selesai. Jadi segitu dulu dari gua. Thank you udah nonton. Dan gua kayaknya bakalan ningkatin level dulu off record, karena gua butuh ningkatin level sampai level 18. Dan gua masih level berapa ini? Level 15 sih kayaknya. Jadi see you in the next video. Goodbye.